19 investigates uncovered new information in the case of she was just 2 years old when she went missing. A 2-year-old girl missing from Cleveland for more than a decade. For the first time, we're hearing from police and the FBI on a case that has not got much attention. Investigators are asking for your help to bring Nevaeh Holton home. And I think I did find her Charley Project information just to give you the basics. It tells a lot in the video, but get this to come up. So Nevaeh or Shardra Valencia Holton, she was last seen on November 13th, 2012 in Cleveland, Ohio. She's a black female. She was just 2 years old. At the time she went missing, she'll be 15 years old as of 2025. She had been diagnosed with Waardenburg syndrome, which is a genetic condition that causes congenital hearing loss and changes in pigmentation of the skin, hair, and eyes. And it says she also had other medical problems and needed constant care. She had black hair and brown eyes. She has you can see in the picture there. And the picture on the right is obviously when she went missing at 2. The picture on the left is an age progression to 14. So she had this white patch of hair at the front of her head, and she may use the first name of Sierra. So Nevaeh was last seen at a doctor's appointment at Metro Hospital in Cleveland on November 13, 2012. After that, she has never been seen again. She was not reported until nearly 6 years later. At the time of her disappearance, Nevaeh mostly lived with her mother, but she had spent a short time in the foster care system. Her mother told a social worker that she might have been given to a family member out of state. Now, I think, once again, not blaming or bashing, unless the mother didn't have her, nobody knew where she was. Well, she might have been given to another family member. That information was not verified. Authorities stated they had located her biological father and he was cooperating with the investigation, but they have not been able to speak to her mother. Nevaeh has 9 half-siblings whom she has never met. The circumstances of her disappearance are obviously unclear. So if you have any information regarding Nevaeh's case, you can call the Cleveland Police Department at 216-623-5218 or the FBI Cleveland Field Office at 216-522-1400. So that's the basic information on Nevaeh. Yep, Dandy's says, going back to Felicia, says you shouldn't need an address to be searched for. Addicts still have habits and routines. Absolutely. Absolutely. So going to Nevaeh, Paula says, is foster family considered persons of interest? I don't know. There's a lot of information in the video. I have about a 4-minute video clip. It gives some information from law enforcement. And I think they really don't. Nobody knows where she is. Because apparently her mother said that she could have been given to another family member in another state. And I think that it was a social worker. It wasn't a family member. I believe it was a social worker that reported her missing like 6 years later. It wasn't even a family member, if I'm correct, if I'm remembering correctly. So let me get the video.
Investigates uncovering new information in the case of a 2-year-old girl missing from Cleveland for more than a decade. For the first time, we're hearing from police and the FBI on a case that really hasn't received much attention. Investigator Sarah Goldenberg found they are asking for your help to bring this little girl home in this week's Seeking Justice.
This is Nevaeh Holton, a 2-year-old little girl last seen in November of 2012. But she wasn't reported missing until nearly 6 years later by a social worker. What happened to Nevaeh and where is she?
We had some different information on where she could possibly be at, and we just weren't able to pin down exactly where she was at that point.
After Detective Kevin Callahan, missing persons liaison with Cleveland Police, started working her case, he reached out to the FBI for help. Here's Special Agent Kristen McCaskill.
We opened the investigation as a kidnapping investigation because we weren't certain about where she is, so you want to go ahead and take it as seriously as possible.
Nevaeh was last seen at a doctor's appointment at Metro Health Medical Center. She was born with a distinctive white patch of hair on her head and diagnosed with Waardenburg syndrome, a genetic condition that affects the pigmentation of your skin, hair, and eyes. It can also cause hearing loss, according to Cleveland Clinic. We're told she had other medical problems, too.
This is a child that had some medical issues. She needed constant care, doctors and whatnot, family.
Investigators learned Nevaeh mostly lived with her mother, but spent a short period of time in the foster care system. And they learned something else very concerning. Her mother told a social worker.
There was also an indication that potentially she had been given to another family member in another state.
Has her mother been cooperative?
Law enforcement hasn't had an opportunity to speak with her mother as of today, but we would welcome the opportunity to speak with her.
This could be what Nevaeh looks like now. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children created this age progression of Nevaeh in her early teens. She would have just turned 15 this month. Today, she has 9 half-siblings, many of them she never got to meet. After following up on every lead, investigators still need help filling in a timeline in this case.
It's very important for us to be able to talk to each and every person that we possibly can to help us identify maybe some other information we're not aware of, and that would be key to helping us bring closure to this case.
And they're facing a big challenge in a case this old.
First and foremost, trying to identify where she is, but to be quite frank, also if she's still living. According to the Social Security Administration, their website, a person is presumed deceased if they haven't been heard from for a period of 7 years. Right now, we are long beyond that 7 years for Nevaeh, so obviously we are very concerned. She is absolutely the quintessential innocent victim, and so we want to do everything humanly possible to find her, however that is, and bring her home.
She's just a 2-year-old child. Nevaeh Holton deserves justice. Investigators found her biological father. They tell me he's cooperating. I spoke with him over the phone, and he says all he wants to know is what happened to Nevaeh. Sarah Goldenberg, 19 News.
Now, if you knew Nevaeh's family around the year of 2013, or if you have any information on this case, investigators want to hear from you. You can call Cleveland Police at 216-621-1234. You see the number there on the bottom of the screen. You can remain anonymous, too, by calling 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit tips online at tips.fbi.gov.
Okay, so just heartbreaking story. I mean, nobody has a clue where she could be at. Another one that is seemingly just falling through the cracks. Once again, so infuriating and so frustrating. It's just unreal. So I don't know, because Miss Paula had asked if any of the foster families are considered persons of interest. like I said, I think it's just the fact that nobody has a clue. Nobody has a clue. She was last seen at this doctor's appointment, and I can't remember if it said who took her to the doctor's appointment. It's horrible, horrible, horrible. Yep, I actually have in my queue to do. Dandy says Hayden Manis, 9, is a similar case, not reported missing for 5 years, and no one knows where he is now. Yeah, I've been reading up on that one. I'm probably do a video or a live stream on Hayden's case also. Just how do these children how can nobody not know where they are unless, my opinion, once again, my opinion, possible somebody did something to them and just, we see it, unfortunately, a lot that happens to these children. It's just heartbreaking.